In terms of trying to keep this positive, the Residents Association is calling on our local state member Jeff Provost to commission a full and independent inquiry into the actions of Tweed Coast Holiday Parks, the Tweed Shire Council and Crown Lands surrounding their Cabarita South Precinct development process. We've started a petition which you can sign today, and it's also available online if you want to tell your friends. It's at cabarittabeach.org, and we're going to present that along with a cover letter to Jeff Provost, and it outlines more than 25 issues that we feel need investigating. The one issue I'd like to highlight today is regarding question 1 in the Q&A section of the developers' concept plans. This is the very first thing they presented us with, and this is how they decided to start things with our community. Question 1. Are there detailed plans for the holiday park that can be viewed? Their answer: there are no detailed plans for the holiday park developed at this stage. We said right from the start that this was a barefaced lie because we had a copy of the non-existent plan for the caravan park the whole time. We put the plan up on our website and we showed it to everyone at the public meeting in January. 2 members of our executive were immediately threatened with legal action by Tweed Shire Council. These non-existent plans were apparently part of a confidential council business plan. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you the 2 ladies who bore the brunt of our council's bullying tactics. Our former president, Kath Lynch, and our secretary, Susan Burke. These women endured a hellish couple of weeks of legal threats and media attention because they dared to show you the awful truth.
Good on ya!
Now, we diffused this situation by returning this confidential document that didn't exist. I did that personally, and when I did it, I spoke with a very senior council officer. And I asked him straight out, how can they say there are no detailed plans when they're right here in this document that I'm giving back to you right now? His answer: depends what you call a detailed plan, doesn't it, mate? You're kidding, aren't you?
Weasel words.
Well, you might well ask, how can we show you this secret plan now? Why aren't we worried about further threats of legal action? Well, after all the drama, after all the legal threats, after all the sleepless nights, it seems that this secret document was not so secret after all. It came out in one of Council's own environmental assessments, and it's up on their website. What was that all about? You've got to be kidding me, haven't you? Yeah. This thing has been there right from the start. Why didn't they show it to us right back in November last year? What are they trying to hide? They don't want you to know that they're going to be bulldozing our bushland.
No, they're not going to be bulldozing our bushland.
So I think it's pretty clear that we have no confidence in our council to make the right decision.
That's right.
So the Residents Association decided that we weren't going to sit back and just let this happen. We're going to fight for it. We decided to provide responsible leadership if our governments weren't going to do it for us. We decided to create a community plan that considers alternative and more appropriate development options for our village.
Well done.
We were fortunate enough to have Dr. Kerry Foxwell Norton, a Griffith University researcher living in our village, who decided to help us out. Now Kerry's studies specialise in community participation in coastal and marine management. Fantastic for us. So after a 6-month consultation, we now know that there's a lot of common ground between what the supporters of these developments want for our village and what most residents and businesses want. We can achieve things like stimulating the local economy. We can achieve things like jobs for our local kids without having to bulldoze our bush. We just need to be smart about it. Smarter than the developers, and I don't think that's too hard, is it? Kerry will be detailing her community plan, which is our community plan, at the Bowls Club tomorrow night at 7 p.m. We hope you're all there, and we hope you all bring your friends. And what you're going to hear tomorrow night, if you didn't know, the majority of residents are opposed to the caravan park and residential estate development. More interestingly, from nearly 800 survey responses, of which over 10% of people listed themselves as local business owners, we can now say that the majority of business owners are also opposed to the residential estate and caravan park development. In fact, it's close to 2/3. So don't believe them when the developers and the vested interests try and tell you that you're the minority. Don't let them tell you that you're the bully. Don't let them tell you that we're a divided community, we're anti-development, and that we don't want what's best for our town.
That's right.
Tell them what you've heard today. Tell them the truth. Tell them that our shared vision is saying that we don't want development on the southern side of the headland. Tell them that what we do want is appropriate development somewhere like Camp Wollumben, somewhere like the foreshore of the lake. What about an integrated walking track around the village? Bottom line is, as a community, there is common ground and we do have a shared vision. And I hope you can come along tomorrow night to hear it in more detail. What we'd like to see is a constructive dialogue between the Residents Association, the Business Association, the other community groups in our village, the local and state governments, and we want to look at alternative proposals that are going to have a more positive impact for everyone. As a community, we can do better. Thanks, Dave.